Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never had that before.
I've never had that before.
So for the people that don't know what was happening there with Chris, just explain what you're talking about to Howard.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, with oh gosh, what was her name? Caroline Southwell, doing script writing for the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And she was running through a format that she's put together, which you can use then to put some wording to it.
Is that in the launchable thing that we were
Yes.
talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
so
it's
Not launch
and,
screen, by the way. It's launchable, which is Dan Holloway's
Yeah.
homage to himself.
I think just
Yeah.
just for reference, when you go onto Facebook, she comes up to Caroline and
Antonia.
Yes.
Yeah.
rather than her actual surname Southwell.
Yeah, she's at one on a Monday, isn't she? So
Yeah, but she had a lot of people in that meeting yesterday. A lot of new faces.
27 was it? I think something like that.
Yeah, yeah. She was like going, "Oh, okay." There's a lot of people. You just heard it going, "Bing, bing, bing." She said, "Howard, take over for me." She said, "Take over. Just let people in because I need to get on with the."
That's
Yeah,
the
with
thing,
the
you get
program.
distracted trying to bring
Yeah.
people in on your meetings, yeah.
She rattles on at a fair old pace, doesn't she?
Well, I think she got to try and fit it all in within an hour.
Yeah.
And I think she set herself a bit of a task trying to get through the whole lot in an hour. She's come format, but she's sort of approached it slightly differently and got a different wording for it. So she's just basically putting it out there. And I think the idea being that it's now more understandable by the newbies. Whereas before she thought it was a bit complicated and some people were struggling with it. She's now tried to simplify it, but still hold the same format, but just simplify the teaching. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, it was good to see you there, Chris. I didn't recognise anybody else.
No, I didn't either. I have been on a similar call some time ago, but I've missed quite a gap. But this week I've actually had quite a productive week looking into all sorts of things. And
How did you get on with those convertory codes?
haven't looked at them, sorry, but I will be doing so.
That's all right.
And then
How's the 90-day been going?
Sorry, go on.
How's the 90-day going?
I've been doing it in sort of fits and starts. I mean, one day last week I did 3 videos in one day and then didn't do any for a couple of days and that sort of thing.
Doesn't matter, Chris, does it? I think there's distraction, to be honest with you, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I do find it difficult and looking at the news and that sort of thing to think of some content, but I've been practicing using the teleprompter just to myself without sending any videos out, just to see if I can get a bit more fluent with that. In fact, I put one on Facebook on the 90-day challenge, which was my very, very first use of the teleprompter, and I reworded one of Mike Jacks's.
Yeah.
And did that, and it was so wooden and awful. I thought I've just got to put it on there for a laugh.
Do you have any comments?
Yeah, mostly positive, but I thought it was awful.
Thing is, you are the harshest critic to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
the Irene Webster that runs that. Is it Irene Webster?
Irene, yeah.
Irene.
Yeah. She sent a comment saying, "Very, very well done. Just keep practicing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, okay.
It is practice, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I need loads of practice with that, but I'll get there.
It is just repetition over and over again, because that, I mean, I've said over and over again myself, I was just so wooden because I was just concentrating on those words. And not, and you concentrate on the words, but you're trying to watch yourself as well, and it's hard trying to get some expression into you.
Yeah.
This is why I'm trying to do it bullet point fashion now. You know, it does work to a point. It does work to a point, but you've really got to slow the teleprompter down because you're only putting a few words every minute or every few seconds or so, as opposed to it constantly scrolling up.
It's interesting because I actually had it on a piece of paper because I couldn't see any way of doing it on the teleprompter. So I had
just leave big gaps.
But it also prompted me to look away from the camera for it to be a bit more natural. But I still couldn't get it natural enough, even though I was trying all sorts of tricks to get it to flow naturally.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me. And I think when you get to the point like we talk about Caroline's been saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again for years. And literally she can plonk herself down in front of the camera and just do an ad. Boom, straight off the cuff.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, well, because she knows the format inside out, and that's what it is. It's just repetition and practice.
Yeah.
Just got to change how you say it at certain points to make it different to the last ad.
It's just keeping on the thread and not get. You see, if we did that with Steve, we'd end up talking about a dog on the beach or something. We'd go off on this complete thread.
I think these days, just do an ad lib one if you can.
Yeah, I think I'll end up with either bullet points or ad lib.
I think bullet points is as close to ad lib as you can get.
Yeah,
because you're literally just bringing up the next subject or the next pointer.
Yeah,
you've still got to think and memorize. And this is where I've got a problem. My memory is crap, absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Long term, no problem. I can tell you what I was talking about 20 years ago to a certain person, and I can tell you what time it was and what date it was. But any time in the last few weeks, forget it.
I'm the same, Des. I think it's age, mate. It's age.
It sounds like there's three of us then that need to go on that.
Oh, thank God I am normal.
Yeah, you are.
What's that guy's name? I think he's mixed race, but his surname I think is Quick, and he's meant to be the guru for teaching yourself how to remember things.
Oh, I know exactly who you mean.
It's not.
He's on
his first name, but I'm sure his surname's Quick, Kwik.
Yeah, he's sort of Asian, isn't he? Asian Chinese.
Yeah, he's either Asian or mixed Asian, but he's.
I know who you mean. Yeah.
He's the memory guy for the stars. Everybody uses him. Everybody.
He's extremely clever because he actually has no function in his brain to memorize due to
he went through school and everybody called him the dumb kid or the stupid kid because
he fell off a radiator. He was stood on a radiator at the window because they saw a helicopter landing or something, the whole class, and he fell off and smacked his head.
I didn't know he had an accident.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
So he had to retrain his brain to remember things differently. And it's so effective.
Wow, even more of an amazing story.
Yeah.
It's so effective that it's actually better than your standard memory in your head.
Yeah, see, I tried his
I tried, it didn't work.
Following a storyline. So you try a storyline and if you're trying to remember, but the problem is I can't remember my story.
Yeah, because you have to have the image, don't you? You follow it all with images. Because I know doing a thing about here's 10 words to remember. There was a list of 10 words. And the first time I tried it, I was like, oh my God, balloon, ball, ball, and then it's like, now give me them 10 words. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. But, and then you have to do it backwards as well.
Yeah.
But
he did a story. Honestly, that's really helped me because putting a story to it and a visualization of a story, I can do that now, and I can do it with a number of things. I think I've got up to about 15 or 16. And I was like, oh, I'm getting good at this now. But it's because you've got that story in your head of what's going on.
I know that I remember a lot more if I from compared to me not actually doing a story to using a story, but I still couldn't get the whole list. But still, there was an improvement. So again, it's just practice.
It is, yeah.
He did one demonstration on. It's on a YouTube video. There's a society that I follow. Is it the TED Talks or something?
Masterclass.
Might be, yeah. I'm
Mastermind.
sure.
Is it Mastermind or Masterclass? I can't remember what it is now.
I don't know. I've got quite a few I subscribe to. None of them actually helped me with my memory. He went through this process where you actually use parts of your body.
Yes.
To remember certain aspects, and he starts at the top of your head, and you go down your eyebrows, your ears, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your chin, your neck, and so on. It didn't bloody work for me either. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure it's just practice. I'm sure it's.
One of our neighbours, his wife is a right scatterbrain. She's lovely, but we've known her for about 30 years, and she bought all those years ago, before she was even married, a great big load of like encyclopedias on how to improve your memory. Right. And she forgot where she left them.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I was waiting for that punchline.
Yeah, so they found it. They've been moving around, and they've come back to next door to us. Well, next door but one, because they rented the house out here. And when she went in the attic, when they came back, she finally found these books that have been a joke for so many years.
Oh dear.
Nice one.
Oh well. Right. Let's. Oh, go
So
on.
I
Howard.
was going to share something because I did share it with Chris and Des. It may be useful for those people who are using Convertry. And there's codes that I've managed to come across from another group that are a code that you put into Convertry that imports the pages from the mini site. So you can then completely manipulate everything about that SLC page. Whereas currently, if you're using SLC, probably you can change a little bit of text and a picture, and that's it. Whereas these codes actually allow you to import everything into Convertry. I think it's something that's actually part of the new Launch U setup that they've actually provided.
Okay.
Because everybody's getting Convertry, they've actually provided them with these importable.
Can't you just import the URL? Does it not allow you?
Not being a Convertry user, I don't know, but I've got these quite wacky codes. I mean, I can put them up and flash them up on the screen, so they're
Yeah, be helpful.
Yeah, okay.
available.
I think, you see, all I do, if I want any pages, I just do import, and you go and get the URL and you just import it.
Right. Okay. So on here, I only managed to find the names of the first two, but the start here page is this code, how it works, and then these other three pages.
And where do you have to put these in at the whole?
Got no idea again because I'm not a Convertry user, but people who've got
Won't be a
Convertry.
page. It'll be on the whole account. I think if it goes in on the account, it would cover everything.
Right. Okay.
Account level rather than page level.
It's got to be helpful for someone, that page, doesn't it?
I
So,
will copy
Yeah.
that myself.
yeah, we'll copy that. Just keep it on a bit longer.
Sure.
Oh, throw it. Copy it. Throw it in the chat for us as well.
Will do.
Paige.
No, I copied it and put it in my notes, which is on the screen as well.
But yeah, as I say, not being a Convertry user, I couldn't tell you where you enter it in, but people said that you enter the code, it imports everything for that particular page. And then because Convertry is so user-friendly, you literally just can go in and change the text, change the pictures, but it still has the SFM feel about it. I think the main reason why people were using them was because they could get rid of any reference to the free workshop, to the free membership. It seemed to be the thing that people were trying to eliminate.
Yes, yes. So this is all SLC, which we don't use anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have to be on the page, yeah, not at the account level. So you'd have to create your page, you start here and import that code. Yeah, okay, that makes
I think
sense.
you actually said that, Howard, on Friday.
What she did, right? Okay.
I think you did, yeah.
Or me?
Yeah.
Chris,
You know, the fact that once it's in there, you can copy it in Convertry and then just do whatever you want with it, removing parts of it and so on.
I was going to say, because that's what you said Friday, Chris. You just cloned it.
Yeah, just clone it across.
Okay, so I thought I'd share that anyway.
No, very good.
Right, is it? I can't see it in the chat.
Oh, sorry, it's not in there yet. No, I'll throw it in there now.
Okay.
Who your bossy?
I just, because what I'll do, I'll paste it under the webinar.
Hopefully it's going to come
Mind you,
out.
they'll see it on the screen now because you put it on the screen, haven't you?
Yeah.
They'll just have to
Yeah,
pause.
I'll put it into the chat as well for you.
Lovely. And then I can paste that into my notes.
So when's your ad coming out, Chris?
That's the thing now. What I want to do is work hard on practicing with videos, practicing with some scripting,
Yeah.
and then getting something out there because I've got a funnel on Convertry.
I don't know what happened then.
Glitch.
I don't know.
You sounded a bit hoarse there, Anita.
You literally disappeared. You literally disappeared for a fraction of a second.
Just a new thing.
It kicked us out and then it just went disconnected. I was like, oh, we've lost the meeting. And then we were back.
Is this a new
Yeah,
I don't know what.
something flashed up in the top corner of the screen on Zoom, but I couldn't read it fast enough. It went
Still
again.
recorded. I was just trying to copy that chat box. That's
Yeah.
all I was doing.
So Steve, yes, that's the main thing now I'm going to work towards, is doing as many practice videos as possible, get some scripting done, and bash one out there, and then try and learn more skills with Aweber and analytics and all the rest of it, so that I can then understand more what's going on. But I've got all that linked up as well now.
Brilliant.
Real.
So have you got a timeline with everything?
No, I'm not going to put any pressure on myself.
Yeah.
The problem at the moment is from the accident I had back in last November, I've still got really bad shoulder problems. That's why I'm crossing my arms all the time to hold my shoulders. And I've just had a MRI scan appointment come through for the 18th of June. Now, if it's bad news, they want me to go straight in, and it could be as much as 6 weeks in hospital.
Oh, no.
I know, but the orthopaedic at Oswestry, you'll know where that is probably.
You just put any kind of ad out, and you never know, it might work. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You won't be in control of it.
Hey,
Exactly. So I want to try and keep moving in that direction because I don't want to have another break.
but do what Dan did, go to a bar, get absolutely pissed off, just whack an ad out, and then everyone will resonate with it.
Sounds like a plan.
I
Yeah.
was going to say it'll probably be the first SFM advert from a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be onto something there. Right?
You can even work from a hospital.
Yeah.
That's quite unique, that, isn't it? That's a good selling point. Now.
Yeah, well, it'll be gin and beer down in Padstow this evening, so it's already there waiting for me apparently.
Oh, no.
So I'll do a video when I'm truly smashed.
Well,
So-
Might be better.
To start with, Chris, just keep it simple. Very
Yeah.
simple. I mean, the ad that's running at the moment is currently less than 2 minutes, and I'm
Yeah.
getting leads.
I was going to say, how's it doing, Des?
Yeah, I'm getting leads. It started. It's only been actually on for about 3 days now. It's still learning. But yesterday I pulled out 5 clicks for 3 leads, which is like 60%
That's good.
yeah.
conversion. It hasn't done anything this morning.
What's the budget you're using on that?
Tenner max convert.
That's
Yeah.
good.
CPA, forget it. CPA, absolutely, totally forget it. Like I think, like they're all saying now, unless you're spending 1,000 or more, just forget it because it's not doing anything.
No.
I was getting, if I was lucky, it was making 1 impression a day.
Impression.
Yeah, impression.
Yeah, you're never going to get seen, are you?
No.
Well, no, it's spending a penny, and even when it was still working, it was only spending like 12.50p a day.
Yeah, I think the big boys have cornered the market. I think that's the problem as well.
Well, yeah, because you got Tony Robbins and his crew now absolutely smashing the market.
Yeah.
Every other ad on YouTube is them. God knows how I'm
Sophie
now getting-
Howard. Sophie Howard, I see everywhere now talking about Amazon.
I think because of COVID, it's made people ramp up in that direction where they left us lot alone to a certain extent because it comes back to what I was saying to you before about the events business. They were happy to be in events business and now they're not. No one is.
But also I read on Google's reports and everything, and I went in depth. I told these two on Friday. They have completely changed what CPA now means.
Yeah.
The max conversion is as close to what CPA was back then in the form of their AI. Everything has absolutely changed as of April, which explains a hell of a lot for all these people that have just suddenly dropped out of the market.
Yeah.
Literally, which is what
I mean, you two are getting very frustrated in recent months, weren't you, with that?
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Almost begs the question whether they're doing it to get more money.
Listen, if they make
everybody's on Max, and Max has always been literally you give it money and it will spend it.
Max will always spend your money.
Well, this is it. So it's almost like an exercise of generating.
But what they say is it doesn't make any difference because with Max, it spends your money every day. It gets you as many leads as it can for your money each and every day. With CPA, as Anita and Steve have said, sometimes they'll spend nothing for maybe 1 or 2 days, and then the third day it will spend, twice as much as you're putting in. But the end of the month, you're always going to spend the same, whether it's max conversion or CPA. You are always going to spend your budget.
Yeah.
It just depends how it hits it. The idea of CPA is that, like Mondays, we all know here anyway for the UK and US market, Mondays is quite busy. I seem to get more leads on a Monday than I do any other day of the week.
Hey, I seem to get loads on a Sunday.
Yeah, I get virtually nothing on a Sunday. Maybe one in the evening.
It's funny.
But then I'm
isn't it?
doing the global.
You're doing global.
Yeah, I'm going to say, how does it compare global guys as opposed
So
to
what are
US
you
and
doing?
UK and that sort of thing?
Are you UK, Des, and Howard, you're global?
I'm
Yeah,
UK.
I think
Yeah.
Des is going to
Yeah.
adopt this.
I am going to
global
do the
method.
global. I'm just getting, you know, my the ad that you liked, Anita,
Yeah.
the long one. I've shortened it down, and B, I've turned it around a bit, because when I look at it and what's a few critics I've had, I've said it right. I mean, they don't even know who the hell I am until a minute and 52 seconds in. You know, great ad, but it doesn't really explain what the ad's about for well over a minute. And there was quite a sharp drop off, not just because of the 30-second or the 5-second mark, but there was quite a sharp drop off. The new ad is sort of straight into it, and as I say, it's less than 2 minutes long. I've got a 14-minute retention, 14% retention,
Yeah.
which is huge compared to the average 6 or 8% I keep.
Yeah.
I think people's patience is worn thin with COVID, and now they just haven't got the time to listen now.
No.
You know,
Yeah, you need to get that across. It almost feels like if you get your point across within the first 10 to 15 seconds, so you're.
Well, that's your hook, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I never really had a hook. My hook was nigh on a minute long.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because it was a long explanation and show, you know, how tough it is to be working all the hours when you've got kids and stuff like that.
When are you going to go on Caroline's Facebook group and
throw one of my ads in there?
Yeah, because she will
Actually,
literally,
you know what? I might throw-
she will rip it.
I will throw.
She did it to me. She did it to me. I thought she actually said, "Oh, it would be great to use yours as an example because it's a good ad." And then as soon as she saw the script, she went, "Oh, it's not quite what I was expecting." And I was thinking, but you had watched the ad, and she obviously looked at the actual script itself and realised it didn't follow her format. She just ripped it to shreds. And said,
I shall have fun with that one of mine then.
Yeah.
I'll throw that long one in. I'll throw that long one in and just see what she says.
I think she's fairly constructive though, isn't she, with her comments?
Oh, incredibly. Yeah, she really makes you think. I mean, I'm still trying to rewrite it at the moment. She suggested to me that I flesh it out a bit so as I explain how the workshop's going to help their pain points. So and that's all I'm trying to do at the moment, is just flesh it out a bit. So it'll probably end up being more like a 5-minute than a 2.5-minute ad. But she says it's not really about the length of the ad, it's about the value that you're giving. So if you can give them value, make them realise what it is that this can do for them, the conversions should go up. But as I say, at the moment, my conversions are low on the actual landing page. So I need to try and work that one out first. Because I think my ad's good enough that it's getting enough people clicking. It's just not getting them converting. I'm only getting a 20% conversion on the landing page.
Dan Holloway only ever gets 18 to 20.
Does he?
We were always around the 20 mark. We never, I think the most we ever got was 25.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should put this current ad in global then.
If you're getting 50%, 60% conversion.
Well, like I said yesterday was Monday, and I've always had Monday's always been good for me for some reason. Let's see what happens at the end of today.
Yeah.
You know, if it is still pretty high, if it's still over.
Next conversion and worldwide then.
Yeah.
But don't you exclude?
Yeah, I was going to say there
exclude some countries. Yeah.
Do you want to see the ad? Because it's absolute crap.
I'd like to see it, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Is this the one I liked?
No, this is just one when I'm walking the dogs.
You won't like this one.
Oh, walking the dogs.
Let me just hunt it out. And I'll come back and.
Okay.
As I say, it's 1 minute 47 seconds.
Right. So Howard, explain how when you're creating a campaign, when you set up your campaign, you can select global targeting, can't you?
Well, no. What it actually, when you say what you want to target, it doesn't actually come up with exclusion straight away. So when you go to the area where it says you want to do global or UK, there's a third option, which is I
Pick
think
and
it
mix.
says, sorry?
Pick and mix.
No, no, there's a third, I can't remember what the third option is now, what it actually says, but it's basically saying you can choose specific things. Now, you'd imagine, well, that means that you're just choosing countries to target to, but when you actually go into that section and you choose a country, you've got the option to either include or exclude. So that's where you start excluding on the global campaign. And there are 12 countries that that I actually exclude based on what I found out from other people. What I can do is find the list and share that on here after Des has showed us his.
Yeah.
his advert.
Okie dokie.
Right, well, I'm ready if we've got.
Go on then. Share and fire away.
Right, share sound.
And this is the one you've got running, is it, those? Yeah.
Yeah, this is what's bringing me leads in at the second. Have you got the screen there?
Yep.
Brilliant. This video is for anyone who's ever wondered whether they were capable of creating an income from the internet. I created my first online income when I was 54, and I'm about to start another. So you're never too old to learn new tricks. I had very little in the way of tech skills or internet know-how, but I learned all this from step-by-step training, which I'm going to put a link to on this video. And when I started, I didn't even have a clue what I was going to do to earn this money. But again, it was all in the step-by-step training. You see, there are many ways of creating incomes from the internet, small or large. You know, so whether you're looking to create additional income, replace your current salary, or even make your fortune, they have a system which will enable you to do all this. And they even have a system in place so you can start earning an income while you're still learning. Quite simply put, if you can use the internet, and you wouldn't be watching me now if you couldn't, you can earn money from the internet. It's about time that you started tapping into this multi-billion-dollar a day industry and earning money online. You can start living your life on your own terms and not have to answer to anyone except yourself. Or be in work at a specific time, or have to work late and miss something you were looking forward to with the kids maybe. So click the button marked Show Me. It will take you to my website. Take a look around. There's even a bit about me if you're interested. Leave me a name and an email address and I'll send you some videos and information which actually got me started earning a living online. So you know what to do. Hit the button. Stop wasting time on YouTube. And start earning an income from the internet. See you soon. This
very Mike Jakes.
Yeah. I like it. I like it to the point.
Hang on. For some reason, I can't turn the video off. Oh, so done it now.
It's real, Des. It's real, which I think is important.
Yeah.
But this, as Howard and Deej will tell you, I said I was going to do an ad like this long before Jake's put his out. Long before.
Yeah, I don't remember you saying that at all.
Yeah.
I love the microphone's really good.
That's a little fluffy thing I've got here.
Yeah, it almost sounds like you're indoors rather than outside.
Yeah.
Just a lapel mic.
All right.
I mean, why it's got 5 meters of cable, I have no idea. Because if you're 5 meters away from the phone, you're going to be a little tiny dot in the back of the hedgerow. It's I've really, yeah, it's Synco Lav S6.
How do you spell that?
Right, SYNCO.
Yeah.
And this particular one is the Lav LAV-S6.
Lovely. Okay.
And it really is a brilliant mic. It really is.
It sounded excellent.
And that was windy. That was a windy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't sound.
I did a take without this mic, just using the phone, and all you could hear was crazy.
We've had a few adverts like that out there.
That is, like I say, 1 minute 47 seconds. I don't give any information whatsoever, and people are starting to click, and I'm getting leads. So
the curiosity factor, I think.
I was just going to say that. Curiosity, how can I make money online? Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not using a landing page. They're going straight to my website. So all the info, you know, a lot of the info is going to be there for them. So
there you go, Chris. You've got the heads up there. It's getting leads in. 1 minute,
Yeah.
40 odd seconds. You must have that amount of time on your hands before you go to hospital, surely.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got no excuses.
And that was done on bullet points on the teleprompter.
Right. I did a video a few weeks ago where I didn't like the voice on it, so I put it onto Filmora, got rid of the voice, then did a voiceover for it, and then put music on in the background, and that seemed to work. And I was wondering whether you could do that using a green screen with Zoom. Because I'm less mobile for getting out and about and doing something outside, I thought I could film something, put it on behind me, and maybe just talk up my way along through it.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
see why.
Yeah.
Do you even need a green screen?
Yeah, well, you don't. I tell you what you can do.
Well, a bit of a boring office in the background isn't very exciting, is it? So
No, as in
You're at home. If you're talking about earning money from home, doesn't really matter, does it?
or even, I mean, hopefully the weather's going to improve now, and hopefully we
garden.
can do it in the garden. Yeah.
If you've got a really good mic and it's absolutely top class, why don't you do it in your microlight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, I'm not quite finished yet, this plane, and I've sold the old one, so I've got nothing to fly in at the moment. But
We'll get Terry.
hopefully later in the summer, yes, I'll do some in the plane.
Yeah.
That'll be incredible, won't it? That will really show that you've managed to live your dream life, as it were, do exactly what you love doing.
Yeah.
You're living your ideal day, and you're saying, "Look, I'm laughing about doing this video for you guys, for your benefit, and I'm doing what I love whilst I'm doing it." Multitasking up in the air. I think that.
Yeah, I think I'll do that, and it's tandem seating. It's a bit like a jet fighter, so so the view out of the front is incredible.
Yeah.
So I could put all the cockpit in the bottom of the screen, all the instruments, and then a good view outside and give some commentary. Or even stick a camera out on a wingtip or something, facing back towards the.
You could have you could have a real almost like professional setup of several cameras, and then you'll be able to do your editing between the different cameras.
Yeah, I'll have to get it back in the air first.
That would be a different ad, though. It would capture the imagination of people thinking, bloody.
Yeah.
Can't you just put a huge green screen behind the plane? Pretend you're flying it.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of the like this, saying, "Oh, just banking."
like the guy with the washing basket over his head. It looks like he's flying a helicopter. Have you not seen that on YouTube?
I think I have with a broom handle, isn't it? Yeah, with a mop or something.
Yeah, it is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll have to look out for that one.
That'll be maybe later in the summer, not the broom handle and the mop, but the aeroplane. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I've got to get all the paperwork through now, and the paperwork with the CIA takes ages.
Oh.
Just don't drop the camera. I've seen a few people where it was like them parachuting or something, and of course the next thing is they're doing all this fancy stuff on a selfie stick, and then they go and drop the selfie stick. Just watch the camera disappear.
I've got a little GoPro that I could stick on the headset, maybe, so it could sit on the top of my head.
Yeah. Good idea.
It'd be amazing footage, wouldn't it?
Incredible. Just for those who were interested in the global.
I've already copied it.
I've just put in there the list that, from what I've been told, are the ones that are either high spenders, either because they're expensive, like the UK or USA. They normally end up being $5 or more per lead, or because they are, in effect, I suppose you could say, time wasters. So the likes of India can literally use your whole budget within minutes of it starting. So these are the ones that have been suggested to me anyway to exclude. And the whole reason for the global campaign is just so as you can optimize your ad. It's not really there as a means of sales, but if you do get sales, excellent. The whole idea is, from what I've been told, they try and get every lead under 50 pence. Once they've got leads for under 50 pence, they say that's a good indication that your funnel is working, that your ad is good, and that the funnel is working. But from that point, consistently 50 pence or under is a good point at which you can try it then on the more expensive UK, USA, etc.
So what
So,
group is this, Howard, that you're in?
This is one that Caroline Antonia had set up, and it was an invite only. Don't ask me how I got invited, but you know, whatever it is I'm finding out, I feel like I need to share it, because it shouldn't just be something that's kept in the group.
Yes, so it's working for people.
Exactly, because we've got the likes of Danny Ham and a couple of other of the big guys that are in this group. So yeah, it's definitely been valuable so far.
Danny's getting results as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he interviewed Jay, didn't he, recently?
Yeah, Jay Cubazac.
Yeah.
So I just realised we're looking at the notes, but of course nobody can actually see it on the replays. So the list of the countries are Australia, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Canada, India, Nepal, New Zealand, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, United Kingdom, and United States. Philippines wasn't necessarily one that was on the list that I'd been given, but a few people have said that they have been excluding that as well. I have been getting a lot of Philippine subscribers, so I may exclude that in my next campaign as well.
Has anyone been going on dance calls on Tuesday nights?
I've missed the last few.
Yeah, time at the moment.
I've missed the last couple. I was going to catch them on the recording. I'm just wondering whether he was now talking about this global stuff. You know, if people are catching on rather than sticking with the CPA or the max, not the max conversions, but you know, just sticking with the one country.
What was Eamon running, by the way? Because he came on a few weeks ago.
Eamon did what we did, self-help UK, CPA.
Well, literally, Eamon contacted me yesterday and asked me which were the exclusions for the global.
So he's going into that. Maybe he's been sitting on some calls himself there. I know he was made up. He put something in the group, didn't he, about he's got his first 3 subscribers off his ad. Yeah. I haven't commented. I need to comment on that as well. I read it yesterday. But yeah, so I mean, he's getting some traction on it. So it's just a case of tweaking his campaign now and keeping going. Finding the one, as we keep saying.
I think as well, the reason why this global campaign is good for the newbies is because the budget's so low.
Yeah.
I've literally been doing these ads at £1 or £1.50, and they're all getting leads. My spend is currently £11 or £11.50. So whenever I've got one that works, I duplicate it. So I've literally been not touching at all any live campaigns. But when I want to up the budget or try and give it a bit of a prod, I just duplicate it completely and let that run.
Yeah.
So, but none of my campaigns are more than £1.50, and at the moment with an £11.50 spend each day, Sunday I've got 14 people to subscribe, and today my phone hasn't been pinging today, but normally it starts pinging in the afternoon. But it's getting around about on average 8 to 10 people a day. So I'm still got a little way to go to get to my 50 pence, and that's why I was thinking about messing around with my landing page next, considering it's only 20%. Hopefully I'll be able to up that, and also rewriting.
Do you want to share your landing page now and let us look at it?
Has there been any indication, Howard, how with the SFM, how many leads you have to get these days after COVID, say, because we're a bit off the loop with this at the moment?
As I say, at the moment, all I'm trying to do is just get.
It used to be
just optimizing it as much as I possibly
can. It used to be 100 leads, 1 member, and then when the all-in package came in, it was 80 leads, 1 member.
I just wondered if it's all changed a bit since after COVID.
No, I don't
heard anything.
No, we've not heard anything.
So that's my landing page that I've been using. So especially on the mobile phone, it's the sign up form that comes up straight away.
Yeah.
almost, I think it's getting up to about 80% of the people that come through to my landing page are using mobile phone. So I just wanted to make sure that that was visible straight away.
Yeah.
But I have added the extra things, and people have been clicking on the crisis webinar, and this is just the introduction on the workshop.
Yeah.
It says 4-part, of course, which it isn't at the moment. Well, it is now, but
I was going to say mine is.
yeah, it is now.
I'm running the Launchpad series, not the SFM series.
Oh, have you gone over already?
Yeah, I had an email from Stuart, funny enough, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was for the first workshop. And it's completely different to the old first workshop.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it you that was telling me, Des, that it's obvious how much older he is on the first video compared to the?
Yeah, it was Des.
Oh no, that was prior to that one. That was that's the Stuart and Jay collection I seem to be getting for some reason. With the £29 app still. They've still got a funnel running, which they're sending me at the moment for some reason. I'm not sure what I've done, but I've managed to join 2 separate groups that involve Stuart. Email lists.
Oh, you showed me that, yeah.
I'm getting emails. The ones I showed on Friday, all the old stuff with a £29 app.
Oh.
Stuart and Jay talking together on videos on the first one.
Unsubscribe.
Oh, I like it.
It's just bizarre that you're getting it though. I don't understand why.
But the first email I got was of that new workshop, which completely confused me. This is what I was saying to Howard and Deej and Chris. I didn't know where the hell it came from, but it was the online launchpad.
Mm-hmm.
So I used it. I found all the other addresses for the rest of the workshops and information pages and stuff, and it's all in my new campaign because I wasn't going to bother rewriting all sorts 60 emails again.
Are all the new links in the dashboard now?
Don't think so.
No.
No, they're still not being shared. I think they're still ironing out some issues because it all went down the other day.
Yeah. Well, that was the sales page, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People couldn't. Was it they could register but never got through to a thank you page or something like that?
No, they couldn't pay. They couldn't pay to join.
Okay, that's quite important.
Well, yeah. John Thwaites was straight onto Facebook.
How did he know that it wasn't working though?
Well, I'm assuming someone emailed. I've just tried to join and I can't get in.
Yeah.
Probably lucky because I don't think most people probably wouldn't even bother. They just say, go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the one of the pages I'm using. I've moved on from that one and seeing what my actual homepage will do, which is similar, but has pictures of me in there with the rolling text. So I'm just split testing and seeing whether this gets any higher conversion, but it's a similar sort of setup.
Yeah, it's funny how people go for things, isn't it, differently? And then they normally say it's left to right, people, when they look at a landing page. First thing they do the Z. Left to right down, then the bottom, don't they? So bear that in mind as well. I think, oh God, what was I going to say?
That may be the case. The only problem is that it doesn't work when everybody's looking at it on a mobile phone.
Mobile, yeah, that's the problem.
And this is the problem that I've got, is that I could go for the Z, but as soon as it's viewed on a mobile phone, it goes into a column.
Yeah.
So I've got the text actually ends up small, which is frustrating. I don't know how to to change that. I think it's just to do with the
yes, because this is all the SLC stuff, isn't it?
No, this is my own.
Oh, is this your own? All right.
Yeah, okay. Even the other one was my own. I created that based on the SLC. Okay. So I've used all the same kind of colours.
Yeah.
Just for congruency. Yeah, when you view it on a mobile phone, it's this, then the sign up form, then you get my picture, then you get this text, then you get that picture. So it just.
Yeah, you see on Convertry, you can change the mobile. When you click on the mobile form, you can drag it and you have to, they call remobilize page. You click the button and it redoes it for you. Some of the elements don't change, You
Right.
have to take them down in percentage, you know, so there are a lot of them will show like 150%. So you'd have to click on it and just drag it down to say an 80% size, just to get the layout better. But you can mess around on Convertry easier.
Eventually, I will be. I'll be using it, but this is easy for me because I'm literally just copying and pasting everything.
Yeah.
Or just
So,
duplicating pages.
And you get about 20, did you say 20%?
Yeah, this one that's showing on the screen at the moment, I've only literally put it live 2 days ago. So at the moment it's showing a good conversion of like 60%, but I've only had like, I mean, I have to have a look. It's probably only 10 clicks. And
yeah, you need more data, don't you?
Yeah. So I need a lot more data on that.
Yeah. I know our biggest thing for us through any of the funnel was always the landing page conversion. But we were never over 25 was the highest we got to on any campaign we did, and it didn't matter what we did and what we changed, we never got. I think we went as low as 18 or 17 on one. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, average was usually around 2021. And I remember doing all that training with Dan, going, God, this is just rubbish. And he said, don't worry about it because it'll all work itself out. He said, depending on your costs and things. He said, if you're getting good conversions at the back end, it doesn't necessarily mean somebody on the landing page who's getting double conversions on landing page might not get the conversions at the back that you do. He said, you just have to know your own business.
Yeah.
And we were pretty good at getting the conversions at the back. So it was like, it doesn't matter if that's a little bit. I was like, God, it'd be dangerous if that was higher. That landing page was higher.
Yeah. But people are doing it. I mean, there's obviously, I know that Caroline Antonio has got a 40 or 50% conversion on her landing page. And all she's got is a picture of her swimming with dolphins and the sign-up form. That's it.
Yeah.
No, it's.
But obviously the video is really resonating.
I think it is, and I think it's her personality as well that triggers people to click.
Yeah.
She's very bubbly, very, very bubbly. And the funny thing is her whole approach is to have an ad that, as she quotes, is launchable. It doesn't have to be in any way professional. She even had one that she released and was getting conversions and sales on that was out of focus.
Yeah.
the whole time she was talking. I'm thinking, so it's got nothing to do with what they're actually seeing necessarily. It's definitely got to do with what they're hearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, to have it out of focus, and I think she's just that, because she uses a screen behind her. I think most of the time she's on webinars, and she just used that, just a screen behind her, you know, like the Japanese type foldable.
Oh yeah.
She's just sent through, by the way, an email saying she's doing a webinar at 11 this morning on artificial intelligence writing your script.
That's her affiliation.
Oh yes, that other thing.
It's her sales pitch. It does look like a really good AI for producing what's the best way of unique text.
You type in so much stuff, do you, Howard, and then it works.
Yeah, you have to give it enough. Otherwise, if it's just being given like a list of words because you want workshop all in, you know what I mean? If you just give it a list of things, it will just spit out gobbledygook because it's got nothing tangible. But if you come up with just a very brief description of what it is you want to sell, that's better for it to then flesh that out into practically a script. But it's ideal for blogging. You know, if you're someone who's constantly trying to come up with ideas, but struggle to actually flesh out that idea into a decent blog, this is a great one for it. There's other things out there that I found. There's ones that actually source material that's out there, but rewords it so as it's not flat out plagiarism. But I've found that some really don't work. You know, you give it a whole raft of one that I tried yesterday. I gave it literally a whole section of text that was literally lifted from somebody else's blog, and they kind of suggested do that so as you can see how it works. So I literally lifted it, put it in, and then I told it to amend it so as it wasn't plagiarism, and it dropped from, let's say, 600 words down to about 200, and it didn't really. I thought, well, that's crazy. It's got no.
There's no flow
to it. It's been chopped so much and changed so much, it didn't really make any sense. So yeah, you have to be a bit careful. But she's been using it, and she said she really liked it, and she's set up an affiliation with them. I don't think it's expensive. I think it's another one of these annual memberships.
Is that her course? Is that what she's selling?
I've heard her mention it on everything I've seen in the last week, 2 weeks since she's been using it.
It's probably an affiliate to it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That she's an affiliate to it.
This is what the SFM are trying to get away from, though, isn't it? There's still this
stopping you paying extra stuff.
This weird cross promotion where on the leaders' calls we go on, they're saying we want to try and stop all this, but then they're allowing them to do it.
Yeah.
She's actually selling 2 or 3 different systems. I mean, she's offering to write scripts, all sorts of things, isn't she?
Yeah.
But all that, for my plate now, should be included in what the heavy packages are, especially since they've gone up on the platinum USB to $20,000. You shouldn't have to go elsewhere now.
No, well, that's what they're saying. You won't.
But then they're still endorsing all the other things along with Elevate, which is a foreign trading company. I'm absolutely losing my way with some of it, to be honest with you, with the cross promotion. I just don't get it.
There is quite a lot of cross promotion going on. I think we need to get to grips with it. Really.
I don't get it at the moment.
We've got, I don't know if you remember, we had a guy come on, you won't mind me mentioning Norbert, and he's paid money out months ago to do a whole thing with Carolina. And he's paid good money for that as well. And I'm like, well, we shouldn't have to. We did. We spent money with Dan, didn't we? Doing training with Dan. You shouldn't have to. It should all be within SFM because that's what you're paying membership for. And I think that's what they're getting a bit more. Although they're not stopping them doing it, the cross promotion, I think they're probably going to get a bit tough on it as time goes by, especially with these new packages and what
it's tricky because if you think about it, actually part of the training, I mean, obviously I don't know about Launch U, but the training that I came in on, they were very keen on saying to you, if you don't have the time, outsource it.
Yes.
So they'll promote the outsourcing, but then I'm trying to cut back on cross promotion. I don't know how that's going to work. Who do they say yes you can do that, but no you can't do that?
I was going to say this is her own private network, isn't it?
The weird thing is, and I think this is where it gets complicated, because as far as I know, she's actually an employee of SFM, but she's also part of Dan's team. So there's like that. I don't know. It's difficult.
And then Dan is doing the gold training, which is then almost a free advert for himself and his own entity. There's like an entity and an entity.
It's all wrapped in it. It's a big model, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then you got James and Matt doing their affiliate marketing.
That's a really weird one.
Themselves. You know, I mean.
And that was endorsed, by the way, by Stuart Ross, because he had a lot of help with Stuart to set that up.
I mean, Stuart loves it when you go and create your own business, away from SFM, because that's what they pride themselves in, that they've given you, or you've got the skills from them to be able to go off and do other stuff. So that, they're proud of, and like Cordelia as well, they're proud of all these people who go off and do other things. But it's...
I think COVID has muddled...
it was a bit a muddle.
It's not one thing or the other at the moment. It's trying to be one thing and it's not working.
It's almost as if this whole mentors platform that should effectively be taking over from Facebook is going to eliminate within the course the
private groups,
the cross-selling.
I think that's when they come over.
So all the new recruits are going to go straight into mentors. If they want to, they can go on to the Facebook thing. But I can understand why they want to try and... I don't know how they're going to eliminate Facebook. I think Facebook's just going to be carrying on regardless.
Yeah, of course it will. And everyone will learn about it.
Yeah.
It's just as an alternative, and it's
Yeah.
it'll fill a gap, a little niche maybe, Howard, I think.
Scrap the 9 to 5. You're never going to shut that down.
No, and I know he's planning a live event at the end of the year, and that's going to be with Cordelia and with Caroline. So they're all, and there's another one, I think there's 3 or 4 of them, isn't there? Oh, Gavin. Is it Gavin as well? Gavin. I think the 4 of them are going to go on stage somewhere and do a live event. So again, that'll be something else they'll be promoting as well to go to.
But it's not an SFM event.
No, it's their own. It's Dan's own.
But it'll be full of SFM, all SFM.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that would end up being a discount for SFMers and then invitation to whoever. But at a
He usually does. He usually does. Because we went down to one event whenever it was, can't even remember now. He did a window for SFMers to come in on a discount, and then the price was, you got a code. If you're an SFM, you've got a code to put in, you got discount. Yeah. Everyone else had to pay for it.
Be interesting to keep an eye out on that, because having not been to any live events, it'd be nice to go to at least one.
Yeah, it was good because of course all the SFM lot, we all met up in the pub the night. Was it the night before?
Yeah.
Yeah, the night before. Yes, we all met up the night before, all had a good social together. Then we all went to the event the next morning and spent the whole time together. And then again, there went out again that night as well. The ones who weren't shooting off back home or anything, we had a second night with them all. So it's just nice to be around similar people. Yeah, that's where we got our first black site. Yeah.
Are you two still planning maybe something later in the summer?
Us two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were saying at the start, Chris. I'm going to wait till mid-June when everything, supposedly all rules is off, and wait and see if everything is fine, and then get something booked.
But it's not going to be to SFM. It's just going to be
just to get together.
Oh,
live your life as
yeah.
Otherwise, I think it'll be just a cattle rush or whatever. Just it's not going to work. That's too many people.
No. Well, we'll have to have Jill. We'll have to have a few extras there.
No, I don't want anyone like that.
It'd be nice to meet
the
Jill.
shit out of me all that lot lately.
We've got to have Jill there.
She's not that far away, is she?
It's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, who would have thought that you'd be able to get some of the mentors to turn up in a Live Your Life to the Full webinar? Maybe if you just put it out there, you might be able to get them to turn up to one of your events.
I actually think Dan actually said, because we've had no events, when Dan was heard us talking about we're going to get our next event planned, he was like, I'll come.
Yeah.
Everyone's just desperate. So we're like, if we put that into SFM under the banner for the SFM Plus events, which is like the social event, we are going to get absolutely inundated. So I thought if we do it, what we're going to have to do is just with us, just with the odd invite out.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I think it'll be overwhelming. This is what's happening with children in school. There's like a 25% truancy rate now because the heads just aren't going back into that mold of going back to school.
It's weird,
I haven't heard that. That's interesting.
Yeah, we've all become like little, insular.
Yeah.
I know that my little one, I mean, she's 5, just about to turn